Hey everybody, before we get started, I just remind you this episode is brought to you by our patrons like FGO Comics and Mieruru. If you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider backing us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other stuff, and would really help us out. Thanks for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad Lucky kept a straight face this time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's right, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk FGO, your one-stop shop for all Fate Grand Order stuff and things. I am one of your hosts, Break Ruler Omega, and with me as always is Rule Breaker Lucky.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka Ao Sora, Ao Umi, Natsu, Gakita! And while we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EN versions of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers should just go get eaten by a goddess.
The way you said that didn't involve the air quotes that I thought it would, since you put that in quotations in the notes.
Yeah, well, that's just my placeholder to know, hey, delete this when the episode's done.
Sure, alright. By the way, in case anybody's curious, this is... You should probably know if you follow this stuff on the channel, but I know not everybody who watches, like, What's Up or whatever. I'm still a little sick, so sorry if I sound a little low energy.
I'm just stupid depressed, so I'm low energy.
You'll be alright. We just released the Lucky Play with the Dead Space, and everybody loves it.
Yeah, except the audio's fucking desynced, and I checked the actual file. No, the actual, when it rendered, the audio desynced there, so I don't know what the fuck what happened, so
I tried.
I might have to check on the original audio and see if I can fix that, but I don't know.
Alright, so it's as I said in the comments, we're working on it. We're looking into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Let's Talk FGO.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask another important question. Where the fuck is Ron?
Probably still having connection issues. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I saw him on a few times, but I haven't seen him on today, so it's a good thing we're not doing anything. Not that I could, even if he would connect. I don't think I can talk for like 4 hours. By the way, sorry if you hear me wheeze. That's just me trying to have my lungs work like a normal person. I'll be alright. That's your constant mantra in life. Remember, you'll be okay. Might take a little bit, but you'll be okay. So, let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, who is probably way more cheery than we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for Protips. Got a simple one this week. I saw some stories that people don't always follow what special attack class means on CEs. That means strength up against that class, or damage up. Not on it, so always check your CE description. Specifically, I saw a couple of people posting about people on their friends list not understanding how Origin Bullet works, and putting it on casters. It goes better on Riders or Zerks, because it increases your damage versus casters. So, that's just a thing in your vocabulary you should double check.
So, quick tangent here. But remember how a couple episodes back you were talking about how you didn't know what maps Gawain's special, like, sun thing was? I think it's something akin to how Martha's Ruler Shore things works. It's basically any map that you have the sun shining for Gawain gives him the power-up. It's like how any map that you have a shoreline on gives you the power-up.
Yeah,
so,
I think Martha's even more...
it's a really weird power-up, but that's the only way I can see it working.
Yeah. Though I was about to say, I think Martha's even worse off than Gawain.
Yeah.
She doesn't even get it on all the island maps. Because only one of them's on the beach. Anyway, let's move into Records from the Throne, our regular achievement topic. I've only got a couple, and these are mostly from, like, last week, before the event started, but I did manage to protect Lubu and Adelante's smiles. Adelante has been coming in very handy during this event.
My end, I was able to protect Mordred's smile. She's been coming handy in the event, too. And, by only throwing a little bit of money, I was able to snag Summer, Kiyohime, and Mary and Bonnie. Also got all the gacha CEs. I guess I'll throw this in at the end as well, but as y'all know, at the end of last week's episode, I did pull a Lancer Arturia. Technically, that wasn't on Records of the Throw, so I felt fitting to throw it in here.
Actually, honestly, I probably could have turned this into an All the World's Evil topic, but, hey, you know how 3-star CEs, they're supposed to be super common, they're everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
I have none of the event 3-star CE. I threw like 30k friend points, not a single copy. I did a tactical 10 roll, we'll talk about that a little bit later, I think. No copies. I've thrown every ticket the event has given at me. No copies. I've gotten some other Garbo CEs that I don't need.
I thought you were gonna wait for the. Well, I guess you need them for farming purposes. So
Yeah,
you
I did. Like I said, we talked about this when it happened. I did a tactical 10 pull because we can kind of jump ahead, but basically, it's the rerun version of the rotating raid up. So Mordred's solo raid up isn't for like. It wasn't for like 10 days after it started, so now it's like, it's still like a week away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Luckily, that exactly coincides with my 400th day, so I will get 20 more Sync Quartz, so I will still have 6 rolls. Even after spending, like I said, a tactical 10 roll, which was good, because I got 2 copies of the Atalante CE and 1 copy of Pirates Party. But still no 3 stars. So let's move into news. These are very long. Lucky, why don't you take the first bit of news real quick?
No problem. So over in Japan, we have the FGO Arcade Commeration running from July 25th to the 1st of August. It's like, boom, have 10 Sync Quartz. Here's another 10 Sync Quartz we'll probably never have. Great for us, Ian. There's also going to be a Yeah, it gets worse. There's also going to be a commemoratory of, I can't say that word right now, Quest and CE. And if you happen to be able to go to an actual FGO arcade location, you can use the location feature to get a different CE. Both CEs require you to clear the prologue.
Yeah, so...
This is one of those things where
it's like what they did for the movies. You have a little location button you can click. So
this is why I tell people, people always scream, do you see how much fucking effort Japan puts into this? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, some people were a little hopeful last night they'd announce like a console. No, it literally just came out in Japan. They're not going to announce a console port. I hope to God they do because it looks super cool, but they're going to have to redesign it because it's a physical gacha game. It physically distributes the cards to you for arcade. Okay,
what they need to do, what they need to do is they need to combine. God, what is the board game called? I forgot.
Duel. FGO Duel, you mean?
Yeah, Duel. They need to come Duel and FGO Arcade and make it into like an amiibo. That's what they need to do.
Or what was that weird thing on the PS3 that needed the PS3i? The Monster Storm thing, whatever it was called. I don't remember right now.
I know there was Skylanders, which was the
There's
big
also that.
Spyro franchise. Yeah.
And then now there's
also,
the new thing with the toy ships. Yeah, there's a couple of digital to toys things going on.
Honestly, I think FGO could do, just Fate.
You could.
Fate Universe could do top percent in that. Kind of surprised they, didn't do that, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, Duel's not out yet, so we'll see what they do. They might do, digital integration later. They haven't talked about it, but who knows.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, this is a super shame because the locational CE is great. Lucky, I don't know if you've seen that art, but it features Castor and Medusa.
Oh, wait, no, I have seen them. It's Singularity F, right?
Yeah, I posted it last night.
Yeah, I think I might have saw it.
It features Castor and, most importantly, Medusa's boobs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a huge shame if they don't figure out some way to port that over here. But, I'm pretty sure the location feature is a couple of versions of the game ahead of us still, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to do the big thing now. We're going to talk about the anniversary stuff. Because Lucky and I both tuned into the stream. Luckily, we had Narin handy to live translate it for us because... Lucky, you said you caught, 1 in 3 words, maybe?
Maybe.
I caught, maybe 1 in 10. So, like I said, I was able to pick up a lot on their intent from context clues, but actual, literal information, fucking, I got no idea. They said a lot of world and battle and Daisuke and cool.
It doesn't help that some of them talk really, really fast.
Yeah, Aoyuki gave her self-introduction, and she started talking, super fast. I'm like, even if I spoke good Japanese, I don't think I could follow that. I don't know where a word starts and a word ends.
Mm-hmm.
But alright, so this is going on from, it started 7/28, which is yesterday, to 8/12, so you got a couple of weeks. And there's going to be 3rd anniversary CEs. The theme this year is outdoors. You can pick 2 this year, which is way better than last year, where you could pick only 1.
Well, there's still a fuck ton of them, though, so
2 still
good
sucks.
luck.
I'll link the gallery, but you can look at it. mostly amazing. Also, they're tied into this next bullet point. There are commemorative quests for Part 1 and Part 1.5. They're basically like little challenge quests that are themed to the various singularities. So you do them, and in order to get the tickets you need to do them, you have to complete several of the quests. So you get 2 total tickets you can turn in. And the CEs are also basically story-locked. By clearing Orleans, you can get the largest block, but you have to have completed every story chapter and every Epic of Remnant to get access to all of them. So, like, if you want the Musashi CE, you better have beaten Shimosa chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the biggest collection and the characters who are, like, event characters are only just the Orleans beat, so you don't have to worry too hard, but if you want a specific character, you have to watch out. So this is very important planning for the future for us. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick Lancer, Alter, and Ereshkigal. So those are, main story chapters that we're definitely going to have beat.
I feel like I might have to pick MASH and Adelante. MASH because I always pick MASH. She's my precious kohai.
MASH's outfit is also pretty good. By the way, for those who are curious, I think since there's only one, I contractually have to pick Heroic Spirit Formal Wear Mordred. Also, she looks really good in that suit. There's also a special one-turn damage trial quest, which is basically try to do as much damage as you can in a turn for bragging rights. It's repeatable. I don't really, other than just showing off, I don't really know what it's good for. They've announced they're going to do a Babylonia stage musical, just like the Camelot one. So, hey, that's the thing.
Hey, someone please translate the Camelot one so I can understand what the heck's going on, because it looks real good, but...
Yes, oh my god, Aniplex. I don't know if you have the rights for this, but if you can, please, buy it. Get the rights, put it on fucking Blu-ray with subs. People will buy it.
Yeah.
It would be even better if you put it on a digital platform, but I know that's kind of annoying these days.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's get into the actual panel, which we, like I said, we watched. So there was an adorable intro skit with the Rio-style characters.
Mm-hmm.
MASH, Da Vinci.
Honestly, I look at them, I'm like, how do they not fall over? They are really good at that.
The actors in the suits are really good.
Yeah.
They're doing, like, fucking
jumping
sentai
around,
gestures, jumping.
Like, twirling. I'm like, that thing has a very high center of gravity.
Also, guess what? Ryo Godaku has a voice, and she's terrifying. I think somebody said that they think it's the same voice actor, or probably actress, as Grail-kun in Carnival Phantasm, which would be great.
It would be. Reminds me of, if you play Grand Blue Fantasy, you might recognize it. Reminds me of V, the tiny dragon mascot. A lizard who's not a lizard. That's what it reminds me of. I could be totally wrong, though.
So that was great, though it took like 20 minutes.
It was funny.
It was funny. And then there was this, I think they're calling it like the Fate series preview. Oh my god. This is up on YouTube now. I'm going to drop a link to it in the description.
Oh god, you gotta give me a link here too. It is...
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's like a summary of the entire, like, major productions of the Fate franchise, at least the animated ones.
Oh, no, they had a few shots from the VN, like, very beginning.
Yeah, no, they include, like, art assets, and I think even, like, some of the video game art from, like, Extra, but, like, no, like, the primary focus is on the big Grail War-like animes, but it's great. It shows off every different version's animation, their characters, everybody's favorite shitty priest does a narration over it, and it's just great. And it ends with an amazing tagline, which I never heard before for the series, but it was, what was it? A story of heroes, desire and destiny.
And destiny, and they put destiny in quotations. So it's
yeah, no, it's so good. Oh my god, that's
like
great.
when you sit down and think about it, you're like, yes,
no,
that is what this series is about.
Yeah, no, they're big. They did it right. Then the guests came out. So we had his name escapes me. Mafia. There we go.
Mafia Kajita, the MC with the sunglasses.
Yes.
I love his voice.
Yeah, he's good. Okay, guys, we'll be up front. We're gonna make some comparisons between the first anniversary panel and stream in the US and the third anniversary. We can say that there are definitely, like, areas where North America could improve. I would also like to say, though, that I have a screenshot, actually, of, like, the pre-roll showed the fucking It's a literal fan festival. It's like a miniature convention just for FGO. I don't think we're at that level here in the States, guys.
Literally thousands of people milling around at all times.
Yeah, they were in like a whole auditorium to do this stream and panel, okay? Like, not just a panel room at a convention center. Like, it was huge.
It was the main stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a main stage of a convention, which is all FGO. They had like arcade machines. They had a fucking cafe that apparently had 1 million, super long lines to get into. Like, no,
it was 2-hour lines.
It was a big deal, okay? And we are just not at that level. This is 2 more years and about 10 million more users or downloads than us. Okay. That said, boy howdy, it would be real great if we could get like a third-party guy like Mafia, like spare Albert some of the work and have him do like the actual technical type announcements, because I didn't necessarily recognize it. Who was the guy in the 2 shirt who came out later? Do you remember?
Oh god,
I don't think we
can't remember his name, but I think he's the creative director for part 2, I think.
Yeah, so that was the actual like technical guy behind the game.
Yeah.
They brought him out later. Aniplex should do that with Albert, and they should have a bit like how in the first panel they brought out Shiokawa, who's still the creative director for the FGO project globally. How they brought him out later, like they should have Albert do like technical reads and stuff, and they should have an actual MC it, because Mafia's real good at what he does. But the VA guests we had Ayako Kawasumi, all Artorias. We had Aoyuki, Okita, and Shuten. Sakurai Takahiro, who is Arthur and Merlin, and Shimazaki Nobunaga, who is Arjuna, and also, I think in the animated adaptations, he plays the male protagonist. I think
so, yeah.
He was wearing the male protagonist command seals on his hand, because Nobunaga's a huge dork about FGO, guys.
Yes, he is.
I love him. This is my first time actually seeing him, like, at length. Oh my god, this guy.
Oh, no, he's been on the Chaldea Radio, and he's actually cosplay as his characters.
Yeah, there have been previous streams where he's showed up dressed as Arjuna. I think for the last anniversary, he went to that as the formal wear CE Arjuna. No, but he's a huge dork. Also, in case, if people were like, oh my god, the voice actors in English, they were so no, there's still huge dorks over there, too, in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Kawasumi was as adorable and slightly dorkish as ever.
Yeah, she's super cute.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, they were very enthusiastic and rattling off stuff.
Yeah,
they did some back and forth. Also, another complaint I heard from people was that there was a lot of faffing about in the US panel. Oh no, that's normal. There were like 45 minutes of faff in the Japan panel.
They were fangirling,
but
they were fangirling and fanboying about Merlin for so long,
and it was there was not fluff. They had a segment entirely dedicated to pad out the panel, which was entertaining, like I said, but it was padding. That's just normal, guys. We should definitely learn to accept that that's a thing that they do. Then they got to the serious business. They showed off a really cool timeline of the events and singularities up to the 3rd anniversary.
Yeah, basically what they did is they basically separated, like, they'd have what singularity happened, and then, like, events that happened underneath it, and, share out characters in CE so you can kind of get an idea. And it was several pages long.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. I hope they release this graphic somewhere.
Yeah.
Or sell it to me as, like, a poster.
Oh, man, I totally... Ooh, I don't know if I want it, like, when the Fate story is completed, whenever that is, then I want it.
But yeah, no, it's amazing. This timeline with all the different graphics and the key art. Oh no, it was real good.
It's a journey. It really is.
No, it took me a second to realize that it was written Japanese style, so you read it right to left. I think I said that.
I didn't have that problem. I don't know if I didn't have that problem for some reason.
You got it instinctively, but it took me a couple slides to click that. Oh no, it's that order. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they did they brought Mr. 2 out, and they said they're releasing 10 campaigns. This was leaked in a tweet earlier that they were doing 10 campaigns. Hey, by the way, the 10 campaigns is just the 10 bullet points. Also, I think we lost track of the order in there somewhere. This is about when we started fighting over the show notes. In an effort to write it down, because they started coming fast, and like I said, we had like live translation. So, first was the commemorative CEs. That whole thing with the memorial quest and all that. Second was their login bonuses. Instead of the usual 7 days, they did it for 9 days, and 2 of those extra days were 4-star foes, which is a thing that's added later, which people really like. Basically, it's a way to increase your servants who have already been maximum foed, like, even more. It's not super efficient, I don't think, but they're very hard to come by, so they're great. They're doing half AP daily quests. They're also doing, I think, the ×3 or ×2, I don't remember exactly, great and super success chance. The way that it was phrased was that they're just increasing storage space by 100. Not that you have to buy more storage space, but that just storage space on servants and CEs is going up by 100. They announced that Epic of Remnant would be permanently half AP, so that's probably to be expected. They were already permanent half AP for Part 1 story, and then almost always, and like a pre-release, they would go to a quarter AP and then half AP for EOR, so yeah. Then they're also adding it, this is a relatively newer bonus that they started doing, is there's 10 Saint Quartz for each Epic of Remnant chapter cleared. I think that's an effect they add later, to like the Part 1 and eventually the Lost Belts and stuff. So this is retroactive, so if you've cleared Epic of Remnant, you got like 40 quartz, and then you can get them going forward. Next, they increased the login total. Every 50 days is now 30 Saint Quartz, which is amazing. That's a fucking 10-pull. I kind of hope that they move that up a little faster in North America, because that'd be great.
We're probably going to get that next year, honestly.
We'll get...
I mean, we're literally...
Here's another bullet point caveat. Because we are slightly ahead in some of our quality of life updates and enhancements, we're probably going to get some of these earlier than Japan did, like maybe next year. Some of them I don't think we will get right away, but yeah. Because they're, like, code-based. Like, we can skip down a couple bullet points, but they're going to do a new system called Command Code, where you pick command codes before a battle and they appear on semi-randomized command cards and add a bonus effect, like healing or extra damage or something on the hit. And there's a quest that's coming out that'll give you like a starter one. So it's a new collectible that adds a new dimension to gameplay. We're probably not going to get that for a while because that's like a core code update. They add a whole new thing. So yeah. Also, and actually some of our community want us to clarify this. So all masters with over 100 days will get up to 200 Saint Quartz. Basically, the 30 Saint Quartz login for every 50 days is retroactive. So if you have over 1,000 days, you'll get like 2,000 Saint Quartz, or 200 Saint Quartz at 2,000. But yeah, you get a lot of fucking Saint Quartz if you've been doing this a while. Mm-hmm. And then future players will get more.
The number 2 guy, I think, is Yoshiki Kanao.
Good catch.
By the way.
There's going to be 14 new rank ups. We'll talk about that later. Because 2 of them have been announced, but they're holding back. And then they said this. They're doing a Lucky Bag summon for only 15 paid Saint Quartz, and it's all class-based. All 7 core classes, and then 1 for extra. Extra is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
However, if you want NP5 Salieri, who's a story lock, he's literally the only 3-star you can roll in that, so you will get a fucking ton of copies of him. If it's not a CE and it's not an SR or better. So that's a very interesting thing they've done. Yeah, by the way, the 15 paid Saint Quartz, that's not coming sooner, I don't think. I'm pretty sure this was we are making fuck tons of money. We can, in fact, allow you to pay us less in our big seller because we have so many users. I'm pretty sure we make, I know that the English version is decently profitable for being out in North America mostly, but we're still 2 years and like 10 million downloads behind Japan. This one is probably not coming early. They will probably wait the full 2 years. I'm sorry, but it'll be cool when it shows up. That's pretty good. They're doing a Start Dash renewal, which is great. They're going to rerun the Paul Bunyan event, so if you missed that, you can get it back. It's going to be a quest for the command codes. I should edit that. There's a new CE in Da Vinci Shop featuring the new director Goldorf.
He's looking dapper.
Understand this correctly, the idea is it gives you, like, if you use it, you only get 1% and 3% max limit break extra Mystic Code XP. But if you use somebody else's, if it's on their support, it goes up to 15%. Oh. So it's an interesting way. The person who buys it gets more friend points, but the actual person who uses it in their support list gets the extra EXP.
Well, I think that's an interesting use. Definitely going to see it on support slots, especially since apparently there are some Mystic Codes that just take forever to level.
Yeah, the core 3 that we got in London are super long. I'm still only like level 5-ish on some of those.
I think I'm level 5 on 2 of them. I don't think I've touched one of them at all.
As opposed
right
to
now, I'm in
the Summer Mystic Code, which I already have at level 5, even though I literally got it when summer started.
Mm-hmm. I keep forgetting to switch some of my teams over, so I'm like,
sorry about that. I made a crinkly noise with my bottle. Also, hey, guess what, guys? Scathach-Skadi SSR pickup. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah.
In one hand, I'm excited. The other one, slightly disappointed.
I was about to say, like, there's a final bullet point here that I think is going to cause some contention in the English version, but at the same time, I do want to say, it's not that necessarily the Japanese Delightworks is perfect and saintly with the Japanese version. There's a couple of news points I think that are going to cause some contention later for Japanese fans, and obviously, okay, North America is not necessarily going to approve this because it's an anniversary banner, but I'm just saying, like, it's not necessarily that NA gets, like, super bad treatment, guys. It's just, there's some times when they're a little bit lazy. I think Scathach-Skadi as the anniversary servant is lazy. She really, even as a limited, and as good as she is, we'll talk about that later, she really should have been on Lost Belt 2 pickup, and they should have done a more memorable and story important character as the anniversary, as opposed to basically putting you on extremely limited rate-ups, because the anniversary servants don't rate up super often. I think Da Vinci is the most, with like a couple extras. So
I think you usually get them like once or twice a year.
Yeah, as opposed to like if it's a story-based thing, they usually rerun those like about now when they do banners that are story-themed and stuff like that. So that's even as a limited, that's much more common.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and compared to characters like Da Vinci, like Sherlock Holmes, Scathach-Skadi just kind of shows up as the final boss-ish, not even really in the most recent story chapter. It's, like I said, she's really good. I just think it's a little lazy. Oh, hey, Voice is here in the channel.
Yeah, he's been here.
Yeah, I didn't look yet. I only just realized because he posted something. All right. So Voice is listening, and he can give us his commentary. He could actually just you could just unmute yourself and jump in the show. I know we didn't plan that, but if you want to talk, Voice, you can.
Oh, cool! I'm here now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by the Voices in Courts.
Surprise guest.
It's like a photo bomb. I'm just here now.
Just rolling it in. Well, hey,
I mean, I just came to listen, but I mean, I could share some words. Yeah, I had told you guys in the chat just now. I was like, I didn't really think about it, but yeah, honestly, what Omega just said about it being lazy, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I kind of see it because they are like they did a lot. They're doing a lot of stuff for the anniversary, so I don't know. Maybe it's like we need to.
Maybe they got tired.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to.
I mean, listen, they're gonna make a lot of money on it. I'm sure still because hey, she's fucking good.
Oh yeah, everybody's hype as well. Everybody was hype as fuck because she was Scathach. Now everyone's hype as fuck because she's amazing.
Yeah, no, I've got some notes, but hey, guess what, guys? We're gonna make quick great again. We'll talk about that in a second. There are some swag anniversary CEs in here. Also, the previous year's anniversary CEs will come back, and homes will be showing up again in some of these rates. There's also a trial quest for Skadi. Our next big news, I think, is we're getting anime adaptations of Camelot and Babylon. Camelot is going to be a series of two movies.
Oh no, Camelot is a movie, but Babylonia is going to be a series.
Yes. I think they said that Camelot would be a 2-part movie. I'm not sure. Again, they
usually
did, like
a lot of the times they do like these movies, especially like compilations of things. And
God, I hope it's a 2-part movie.
I mean, yeah. So Camelot will be made by Production IG, who are Lucky and I think will most remember them for Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, but also recently they did stuff like Be the Beginning and some other stuff. So the animation's quality is pretty good on there. They can do some good work, I think.
But then you see, for the Babylonia series, you can definitely tell. I wasn't even sure it was going to be a series until studio name. Cloverworks. I believe they're a newer studio, but they're definitely a TV studio, unlike Production IG, which is one of the best, has been and still is one of the best studios in the business in terms of animation quality. So.
Yeah,
Definitely a huge difference there.
Yeah, so specifically, Cloverworks is a spin-off of A1 Pictures, and they're most recently responsible for animation production on Darling in the Franxx and the Persona 5 animation, which visually I think were definitely okay, and Darling was a collab with another studio, so like if you want to like pick on any of the other technical stuff, that's a whole thing. But
I'm a little surprised that they didn't go with the animation studio that originally did First Order. It was Le Duce. They did an all right job because they also did Lost in the Moonlight.
Let's be real though. So everybody's sad that UFO Table's busy with Heaven's Feel.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're busy. UFO's
I wish
busy.
they weren't busy though. Oh my god!
But
if you gave me Grand Order and UFO Table, holy shit!
But you see, the problem is I got to bring it up then. IG for the Camelot movie or these. But like, then they get this. Even if it's A1 Pictures related, which is owned by Aniplex. So I mean, good on them for making it basically in house. But even so, it's still small. That's such a jarring juxtaposition.
It's a little weird, yeah.
Well,
A1 was involved with Apocrypha.
There's been talks of these animations coming out for the FGO chapters for like as long as NA's been out, because I remember hearing about there's been
there was a poll to see which ones you want, which everybody's favorite chapters were to get animated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did. Well, they even announced the results. They said what everybody's favorite chapters. Camelot was number 2. Babylon was number 1. Which, by the way, for us NA players who aren't like, I mean, I'm familiar with the outline of Babylonia, but obviously
I'm not.
It's in Japanese still, so the details are a little lost on me. But holy shit, Camelot was great. So Babylon is gonna be fucking
Babylon
amazing.
is long. It's huge, and it means a lot to FGO as a whole. So makes sense that people would want to see it animated.
Hey, guess what? Luckily, everybody's safe. If you're just an NA player, Babylon as a series won't be on TV until 2019. We're gonna get it in English first. You don't have to spoil yourself. Thank goodness. Because I actually had that legit worry. I'm like, shit, if this is coming out like later this year, Babylon's not gonna be until like at best November.
Right.
If we'd
be playing it like at the same time as it's coming out. That would be
weird. So that's a cool note. But I know that ever since they released the original OVA, they were like, no, we're gonna do more FGO. By the way, for people who have been like, oh my god, they're gonna do an animation of Septum, they can fix Septum. No. They did the smart thing. They skipped the chapters that people don't like and just are gonna adapt the good chapters.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
although
like,
I find that also ironic because
for, like,
Camelot and Babylonia were both written by Nasu.
Yes.
So a little bit of bias there.
Well, I mean, there's no substitute for good writing. Like,
true.
Oh no, Nasu's a great writer.
Well,
but
also if you want to pick them apart, like Orleans pretty good, though it's a little formulaic, I think, and like there's a little bit of laziness, and it's like, oh gee, we're including this servant, that means we have to have a story beat about this. Septum is just bad, it's paced poorly, and there's no depth to it, but we can kind of understand why they're weak because they're early and they didn't realize that FGO was going to be good, ?
Yes, especially Septum, because Septum, I think, like, when the game came out at that time, back in JP...
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was thoughts, like, the original team thought the game was going to fail.
Oh, no, yeah, if you... Actually, okay, I'll share a little bit of my panel. Where I had actually researched this, where as quoted by Nasu, everything was on fire. Basically, the game was dying fast, and so and that was because Nasu really wanted to write and gave Delightworks like no direction. He gave no one else any direction as to how the game was supposed to go. He was just telling them the story, basically.
Good job.
And he admits this, so it's not like I'm making this up. Like, there's a massive interview that you can just look up from Tycoon
he's been
Ace.
quoted before
It's
as saying
hilarious.
that, like, he's been quoted before as saying that FGO is almost basically like a labor of love. Like, the fact that fans did stick with it, even though it was so bad, kind of, like, motivated the team to actually be like, holy shit, we need to actually turn this into a good thing, because people are really trying to make this work.
Cue the 80s montage.
But yeah, that's going to be super interesting. Hey, so the final bullet point, this is what I said would be controversial to the English version.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, this is an important point. They had a social media campaign. If you got enough retweets and stuff on Twitter and so on, excuse me, had to clear my throat a second there. They would give out 12 quartz. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a social media campaign. That's a little more than usual, but typical. But then, of course, at the panel, Mafia says, "Oh, isn't 12 a little small?" And then fucking Gurako comes out with the rule breaker. And
taped to her hand.
Yes.
I saw that. It was actually taped. It was hilarious.
And then Mafia grabs, I forgot his name already. The guy in the 2 shirt, the creative director, grabs him in a full Nelson and has Gurako rule breaker him to make more quartz, and it turned into 60. So yes, Japan did get 60 quartz for their 3rd anniversary.
Yeah, this isn't the first time it's happened either.
No,
like,
that's usually what they do. But what I want to say is, that's like, it's a little different than how ours was handled. Like, obviously, I think it would be way better if they did give us more quartz on, like, panels and streams and stuff.
See, it's because we didn't have Rule Breaker present.
True.
We need someone to walk up on stage with Rule Breaker.
Exactly.
And
we need a
stab
gimmick.
Albert in the chest.
I mean, you joke, but at the same time, that's kind of actually true. We need, like, this is clearly, like, a personality gimmick that the MC in Japan has. That's a thing they do. So they can do a thing and it makes the quartz better. And it starts as like a social media campaign that they then enhance to make everybody feel better. I will say this, we've been a little lacking sometimes in our social media. Like, our campaigns that give like 3 quartz before every event, that's a little bit better than Japan is at this time period, or would have been. But yeah, for big stuff they could kind of do a little better. But so you can kind of see though what we said a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, that like they give quartz for stuff and then they boost it up a little. We'll see how that shakes out for us in the future. Obviously, people are mad now, but do remember, Japan didn't get 60 quartz for their 1st anniversary. They only got 30. Be mad about the right thing. So let's move into the other news that's probably going to be a little... Some people are mad, but other people are drawing fan art like crazy. On the first day of the fan festival, which once again, we would like to reiterate, there's a fucking fan festival in Japan right now. It's a whole huge thing.
Thousands of people.
Though, if FGO in English is profitable enough to run a fan festival here, we will totally fucking go. I'll sell some blood. We can go to Caldea-con.
Oh, that's a good name.
I know, right? So, Summer 3 was early announced. Mm-hmm. To everybody's consternation. It's coming sometime in August. They have revealed there are 3 costumes for male servants, so no wailing. We'll talk a little bit about how some people's thoughts on the costume part in a little bit, but they are for sure confirmed 3, Robin, Gilgamesh, and Dantes. By the way, if you're curious, people are saying based on the artist and the art details, it's Castor Gil, not Archer Gil, because of the earrings and stuff.
I see the suit he's wearing. I'm all like, I can see Castor Gil in that.
Also, his earrings are different.
Very laid back.
The Archer version has his big, blocky, square earrings. The Castor version has smaller earrings, which is what the costume looks like. So yeah, people are saying that it's that style. So yeah, some people are miffed. Other people are excited. They're not doing. At least they have not yet revealed if they're doing a full-blown summer male servant. I can kind of see why, though. Like, first of all, it is an escalation. Normally, they only do 1 costume when they do a costume, and now they're doing at least 3. Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, that's probably going to be a banner then, with Robin, Castor Gil, and Dantes coming on it.
Yep, that's 2 limiteds.
No, Castor Gil is not limited, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I keep thinking regular Gil. I don't know why.
I know, it's a pain, but that's a 3,
a 4,
and a 5-star.
Yeah.
One of whom is
Dante's
limited.
straight up, though. Never thought that would happen again.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. Also, by the way, one of the strengthening cards is a gold Avenger, so everybody pray for Dantes. Pray for him.
People prayed for Arturia, and we'll talk about that in a
guess
little bit.
what happened?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. But so some people are upset though because it's not full-blown servants, but at the same time, I want to say this. I think they're escalating, but they're being safe. They want to show that, like, hey, we hear you and we're giving you some attention to detail, but at the same time, listen, just because they make fuck you amounts of money doesn't mean they can stop doing the things that make them fuck you amounts of money. That's not how you keep making money. And when you make a lot of money, certain people hold you responsible for that and have expectations. So if Summer's a big money maker, they have to make sure it's still super profitable. I expect that for sure if they do run a banner of like Robin, Gilgamesh, and Dantes for like and then do the costumes and stuff, and if that's like really successful, if they aren't already gonna sneak one in there, they can probably do a full-blown male summer servant. Also, honestly, I guess what do people want out of male summer servants? Because
That's what I was gonna
there's
say,
multiple Ascension arts, whereas a costume is only one art. But as far as I know, costumes can have at least slightly different animations, if not fully new animations, and they have different dialogue. So I guess the only thing that's not really different is like skills and NP, which I could understand maybe if you wanted to change them.
I think that's just what people want. Is they just want the same.
Yeah.
Against the female servants.
Yeah. So I can kind of see it, but at the same time I'm like, but what if they don't need to make another quote-unquote version of those servants, though, I guess, is the question.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter, though, Omega. They just...
I know.
Male servants to be recognized as, like, they can make money, too.
Well, I mean...
I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm against your opinion. I'm just saying I think that's what people... they just want.
Though I will say,
they just want it not to be over-sexualized with the females all the time. And they want some manliness in.
But have you seen Robin's end? I will say that, though, Delayworks has been really great with male servants, especially 5 stars this year. Like, there have been multiple male welfares. There's been permanent and limited male servants. Okay, like, White Day was a little weak, but I think that was just a timing thing. Because everybody was like, what is going to be Achilles? Oh, fuck, it's not Achilles. Oh, wait, like a month. It's Achilles, finally, and he's permanent.
And Chiron.
Exactly. So I think that was just poor timing on their part. Because the way things worked out, and God knows, I know this about lots of big productions. Oh my God, scheduling is like so far in the future. Like I don't know how many months in advance they're working, but it's several. It's several months. So yeah, there's that. Also, they've confirmed 3 new servants. For now, there's going to be Summer Ushi, Summer Jean, and Summer Ibaraki. So that one leak is completely blown the fuck out.
Weird choices, though.
Well, this is what I said
I'm
when we were trying to
with
predict...
Summer Ibaraki, but that's so weird. Like, especially Summer Ushi. Like,
I mean, I'm super excited about Summer Ushi, but yeah, no, it's weird.
Like a sword to be Saber Ushi, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, I kind of want adult Ushi as a saber. But,
yeah.
I mean, I'll take a new Ushi. That's great. That's amazing. I will say, though, it fulfills a point I raised earlier when we were making summer predictions was I was not sure about my own predictions because there were not enough FGO originals in it, and they like to put originals in it. So here's 2, for sure. And if these are all limited, because there's been some rumors about whether or not Jean is the welfare, which I'm not sure about. 1, because her NP is literally a whale. Literally, whales and dolphins come out. So symbolism. But also... it's just, yeah, like, if these aren't all 3 on a rate up together, I'm gonna be in a lot of pain, because I want that Summer Jean. But
I'd roll 3 Baraki, like, that's for sure. I would definitely roll.
I'd have a regular banana, but I wouldn't mind a Summer banana either. Everybody get your banana hammer out now.
I don't know, I'm stunned they chose Ibaraki over. I am stunned, but, I guess it makes sense, because, like, Summer and stuff like that, and she's literally made of fire. But, you know.
Also, the common complaint, if Shuten puts on a swimsuit, I think she's better dressed than she is right now.
Yeah, really?
I don't know. I'd like to see Shuten in, like, a sundress and hat.
Oh, I think she'd actually be, like, shy or modest then, because, like, I don't know, the more clothes she puts on, the more, like, modest and bashful she becomes. I know there's been art of that, and it's adorable.
Mm-hmm. There was also a really funny fan art I saw, which was Shuten in the Dangerous Beast costume, but then Kintoki is just like, isn't that warmer what you normally wear? And she's like... But yeah, so Summer 3's coming. It's gonna be a doozy. We'll see what else is coming, because if the first 3 are costumes, there's still only 3 servants they've revealed. Usually there are 8, and we don't know who the welfare is, so... expect that to hurt everybody's wallets. You know that quartz they just gave you? Don't spend it all on Scathach-Skadi.
And let's keep in mind, this is the one major path. And that is every single time. So I don't know if Jean really is the welfare. She seems like a big pull to be just the welfare, but it could be because they revealed her NP. So
yeah, I don't.
Who knows?
Basically, that's my question. My question is either she was shown off with her NP as like, oh, she's the welfare, or she's gonna be the SSR on the first banner as the featured servant.
right.
Which kind of disappoints me because
Like-
I really wanted them to do 4-star Saber Jean as the summer one, but whatever. I'll live with literally writing a whale Jean.
I saw an interesting image of a weird correlation. I think it was like the 6 million download was Scathach, and then Scathach was the summer, the summer welfare. The 900 million. I mean the 9 million, whatever that number was.
You can do it, Lucky. It's 9 million.
9 million. The 9 million was Ishtar, and then she became the summer welfare. The 12 million was Kiara-sama, and we're about to end the summer, so that's all like maybe I have my fingers crossed.
I do not approve.
I kind of have my fingers crossed. I approve.
Omega shakes his head in shame. Shame on all of you.
Like real
That
talk.
would be the lewdest summer ever.
Yeah, that would.
Give this
if
video
she's
a like
the
if you want
welfare, that
summer
would be a
Kiama.
terrifying summer. I'm scared, boys.
Best summer.
Well, to be fair, the last say every summer and her dungeon. That's pretty terrifying.
And remember,
Honestly,
that
every
Maeve
summer's
got a
been kinda
costume also.
terrifying.
She got a whole one costume because they didn't need to change her skills. I know I'm gonna be stuck on that. The comments are gonna, as usual. Omega talks the most. The comments are gonna try and stab me for just expressing my opinion, guys.
Well, if you guys can keep talking over me, maybe I'd talk more.
Yeah, sorry. Also, at least for me, voice is breaking up a little, which is confusing the fuck out of me. I'm like, is he gonna say the
sorry
whole thing, or
about
is he done? No, it's fine. You're a surprise guest. We didn't do any quality control on this.
Yeah, I'm literally using my computer onboard.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll try and make you sound pretty with audio editing.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I'm gonna make you pretty with a chisel.
By the way, that was a fun thing. Some of our fans got into their heads that if they did do a festival in the U.S., we should go in cosplay, and somebody suggested we should go as Chisels and a company voice.
Well, that would be appropriate and very hilarious.
See if we can make that work someday. All right. So I think we'll
Rank
move
ups.
on from the summer to rank ups. Yeah. So rank ups 9.
Artoria!
Yep, first one was Gold Saber, and like everyone hoped it would be, it was Artoria. Finally, as people have hoped and prayed since day one, Artoria has converted her instinct to Radiant Path EX, which gives her a 20 to 30% MP charge along with stars.
I kind of wish they had gone the Avalon route and like
Mhm.
given her an invul to make her more tanky, but the other thing she does is shoot off NP, so this is fine too.
Yeah, people are okay with this.
Also, now she's not
Also
the only
already
knight of the round
revealed-
table who can't self-battery charge, because literally all of them can do that.
Medusa also gets a Noble Phantasm rank up, giving her the usual damage boost and now lowering enemy crit chance on top.
I'm going to be really excited for that in 2 years. More Medusa damage.
Yep.
And we don't know the rest, but hold on, let me actually pull it up.
There's
so we can
we
look
have
at-
like people have posted the image like 6 times on our Discord.
Yeah, I will look at the. They're still revealing them, so we'll probably have the full thing next week. But
Hang on.
I'm looking at it right now. So next will be a gold assassin and a silver caster. Then will be a silver lancer and a silver caster. Then there will be a gold berserker and a bronze rider. There's going to be a gold archer and a bronze assassin. Everybody hopes it's Phantom. And then they're going to finish with a gold avenger and another silver rider. Now, I could have sworn...
People are praying for Dantes.
Yeah, people are
It's
praying for
gotta
Dantes.
be. He's getting a costume. We were just talking about a rate up. It's gotta be.
Oh, God, I hope
like
so.
real talk.
I mean,
also
also
love
the other
I want
choices are
Dantes now
Doggo
because I
and
want that
Gorgon,
damn
so
costume.
they're not ranking up Jean.
You're talking
Let's be
over each
real.
other is
They're not
hilarious.
fixing Jean. There's nothing to fix there.
I'm about to
She
stop giving
kills
fucks
things.
and just keep talking anyway if people are talking over me.
We all three talked at the same time. I'm sorry. I was just saying it's not going to be Jean. What were you saying, Lucky?
It's like real talk. Ever since I saw the costume reveal, I've actually really wanted Dante's because Dante has the most badass summer costume. He's in like swim trunks, but he has like a giant coke and he has fire floating around him. I'm all like, this is like the edgiest fucking summer ever, and it's great.
I'd spend a summer with an edgelord.
This summer, Omega can't do this voice really well because his lungs will explode.
Because like we didn't really talk about the costume because Robin Hood, he got the Hawaiian shirt and shorts, flip flop looks going on.
Also,
and Gil has I see Summer Gil's costume and it doesn't scream summer to me. It screams that he should be in a cafe in France sipping some tea while reading a book. That's what that says to me.
Maybe that is.
But he's too afire. Did
we just lose voice?
Well, he cut out for a little bit there. So, voice, you might want to reiterate what you said because I don't think we got that.
Yeah.
No, it's good because I screwed it up anyway.
Really?
Just saying, I think he's too to actually beach like a peasant, like a mongrel.
I don't know. I feel like Caster Gil could do it.
Well, what I was
let me
saying
be
was
among
that,
these people and see how they partake in this summer.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I was saying that maybe that's his ideal summer vacation is sitting somewhere reading a book. He's that guy.
He is that guy.
You kids go play in the ocean in the sand. I'm gonna sit here and read my trashy airline paperback. That's canon now.
Yeah.
Gil reads trashy airline paperbacks. Okay.
Oh man. Well, speaking of summer, let's move into each other free talk where we're going to talk about our first summer.
Yeah.
So, summer first impressions. First, massive shout out to our new moderation team taking the initiative to ping guides and handle questions. They've been a huge help in this complex event. You might hear them saying, "Oh, they're not doing much." It's lies. They're helping a lot.
Also, I'll say this to you guys because you're listening. No, just your presence, especially while I've been sick, is great. I feel like I don't, because you guys handle in direct conversation, not necessarily without like directly using any mod authority, but just using the fact that you exist and you're on the mod team to just like direct the conversation. It's great, guys.
I've been
really
on Discord
helping me
maybe
out.
like 4 hours total in the past 48 hours. So
Yeah, you do work, guys. Also, can I read this next bullet point really quick, Lucky? Because it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so we mentioned this earlier. They're using the longer form of the raid up on rotation, so I have to wait like 10 days for my fucking solo Mordred raid up. It hurts. It hurts a lot, guys. She's
funny
so
enough.
good. It hurts me.
Well, he's hurting probably because he's half sick. I'm also waiting for that same raid up because, as I said earlier, when I did my start of the event temple, I already got Kyo and the pirates. So now all I have left is Mordred and Tamamo. And I'm a guy like for my SRs and SSRs, I'm alright having them at MP1 because I'm more just for collection. So I'm gonna be basically when Omega's rolling, I'm gonna be rolling as well. And my 400 days is in like 3 days, 2 to 3 days. So I'm also gonna have one free pool and several tickets because guess what? It's also gonna be the start of the new month. So everyone buy your damn tickets. You've been getting prisms from the event. Get your damn tickets.
I hope I'm not going to have to spend my tickets on Mordred because
my experience was a little bit, I would say, kind of humorous because I
oh no, he cut out again.
Days to a week or so, the banner was first released, so I was like, okay, that's a decent amount of time. That's when Artoria will come out, right? Later, a few days later, I realized I'm looking at the amount of time left in the event, and I'm like, it was like 17 days left, and I was like, wait a minute. So I looked back on the banner, and 7:31, and I'm like. That means I'm counting. I'm like, that means there will be 14 days left in the event. There is no way Artoria's banner is coming out then. And then it hit me. Does that mean the all banner is going to be like a week long? Why would you do that? That's so long.
They might keep Part 2's banner like longer than the actual event. Like how the shop stays open?
Right.
They might. Especially if they do the rotating... But also, remember, they don't need as many rotating raid-ups because it only has 2 SRs. But still, no, the banners for this are, like, weirdly long. And and they're long in the most painful way. For me, anyway. Just because poor Mordred, she got tucked into a cavalry class, so she's literally last. Just like being picked for dodgeball. That's okay, Mordred.
So I'm gonna go on
liked
to
all your dumb ideas.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I stuck most... Like, I think it's just because my aesthetic for an island is mostly wood, but I went with basically Kyo's and Tamamo's ideas, like, most of the time. Except for the vegetable patch where I went watermelons because it's a fucking island. I'm gonna have me some goddamn watermelon. and the play area, I went with Marie Land because Marie is an adorable little sunflower. I wanted to give her own little playground. Also because an athletic field and a coliseum seemed kind of weird to me. Yeah, I'm like, I know you're fucking servants, but calm the fuck down.
So for me, I followed Mordred's designs like most of the time. I ignored everything Kyo said. Out of hand, because...
Oh my god, so if you guys, like, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a bit of a spoiler for the event, but it's not a big one. So I stuck with, like, for the big residence, I bought the Samurai Residence. I got the Samurai Residence. It was really cool. You know, Artorias all like, oh, this feels very nostalgic. I'm all like, yes. But then Kyo goes into your bedroom, tells you to wait 5 minutes, and then you go in after her. Everything's dark. She set out the futon. And I'm just like, oh, this is bad. And then Foe shows up, and I'm like, and one of the options is sacrifice Foe. And I'm all like, done.
Sacrifice Foe!
Because you need to get the fuck out. That's why you never trust Kyo. Her ideas are bad for you.
And,
yeah.
I'm like, we're going to get into this, but the writing for this event is amazing.
So I'm done with the island, all the way to the statue. I built the statue of Mordred. Duh. But, I followed Mordred's lines most of the time. There were two exceptions. One, when she wanted to build the giant pot, which I basically imagined, I just reached over, I put my finger gently on her lips, just went ch-ch-ch.
Oh my god.
But pizza. Because Mary wanted a pizza oven, I'm like, fuck yeah. The second was when she wanted to build a ropeway, and I'm like, there's no way, because I mostly, especially when Mordred wasn't involved, I built stuff that I thought I would want if I was on a desert island, because I don't know about you, Lucky, and you, Voice, but when I was a kid, I read a lot of stuff like Swiss Family Robinson Crusoe, those types of stuff, My Side of the Mountain, so, no, this is perfect for me. I'm like, fuck yeah, island, that's great. There was no fucking way I was building any kind of ropeway, whether that was a rope bridge or a cable car or what, I'm just, nope, no, we're not doing that, Mordred, that's a bad idea. That sounds bad. We'll build a drawbridge instead, and then you scuffed it up with your fucking surfboard shield and made your father mad. The family drama in this is great. But yeah, no, oh man, some of Mordred's dumb ideas are amazing, like building an iron fortress or building a rock tower, where she has you build a Tower of Babel that's already broken. It's nuts.
Oh, Mordred, you're so dumb.
She tried so hard.
Here's the thing. I say this because people have questioned me about this. Mordred's not actually dumb. She is just super direct. She has no restraints.
Well, she's technically just a kid.
True. Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
Since she grew up really fast in lore.
Yeah, because she's like a pseudo homunculus thing. But
right.
But no, like, when Artoria specifically went to go fight Lancelot in France after he escaped with Guinevere, Artoria left Mordred in charge of Camelot. So, like, clearly she's good at her job. It's just her bags full of issues makes her do dumb stuff sometimes. So, mostly Mordred is just very direct and very open about her opinions, and she wants to do stuff that sounds interesting to her, or even if she thinks it's cool, if Artoria suggests something, she has to be like, no, we must do something different.
Treachery. No. Father! Alright. But, next point, this is me. This is like one of the first things I wrote, is this summer event OST is my fucking jam. It is like, I'm gonna need to download it at some point. This is my summer aesthetic. Like, especially the battle music. I actually looked it up. It's called, Samba the Island Summer Battle. Oh my god, like every time it's on, I am ready to fucking jam. Side note, the shift to the final battle theme every time is a fucking mood killer. I'm all like, why do you gotta ruin my good vibes, bro? It's like, I don't care that I'm about to fight a demon fucking boar, man. I want my summer jams.
Status quo, man. And they got it's a fatal battle, which means it's...
Also, theoretically, I don't know, depending on what we feel like, we may or may not have stuck some summer music in this episode. I really don't know what we're going to do about that.
Yeah, no. It's like, it's an idea we're having, but as I said, I've been super depressed. Omega's not feeling good. Voice doesn't handle our editing, so
Yes, and we would not want Voice to handle our editing, because we know that that's terrible. That's a terrible pain to inflict on anyone.
He's actually absolutely right. That is a terrible...
I remember the great saga where I think you were kicking
video,
yourself
and
for
I
a
would
while.
know.
I think you were kicking yourself for a while about that you had us record with you for like over 3 hours and then you had to edit it.
Yes, I was. I'm like, there's such good but my god!
And just think, you're thinking about
I
doing
don't
it
want to
again.
do this.
And yet you want us to do it with you again. Are you
Well, at
glutton for
least,
punishment?
hey, at least this conversation, I don't know if you... I've been listening to podcasts, so I don't think you have, unless it's on a different podcast. But even so, at least this one should, in theory, be shorter. In theory.
In
Yes,
theory.
but also no. We have not mentioned exactly what you want to collab with us about, just that you were talking about it again.
Because it's still on. It's still going to happen. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I've been planning for it.
I just haven't been able to do any of the research because I was sick this week.
I've been doing research.
Lucky's
But-
that.
I know you have, Lucky. You've been actually asking about it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it.
So my next point is, I see you mentioning Waku Waku Atoria. Maybe this time you're better prepared. If you people don't recognize, when Atoria mentions Waku Waku back at the beginning, that's referencing the water park in Fuyuki City that they all go to. You specifically see it in today's menu with Emiya Family, where you see Saber being fucking adorable at a goddamn water park.
Also,
Being defeated
I'm pretty sure, I think we mentioned this on WhatsApp, but I'm pretty sure it's the exact same swimsuit design. That's like an official swimsuit design, so yeah, it's the same look.
So it's like, I don't know if there was some previous like agreement on that, like there was Waku Waku Water has always been there, or maybe that showed up in like a different, maybe it showed up in like Hollow Ataraxia or something.
Probably.
But I think that was cool.
There's a lot of dumb vignettes in Hollow Ataraxia.
Yeah. My next point is, again, Blackbeard is Blackbeard. I'm like, I don't care. I was dying laughing for like the beginning.
I was so sad he died early. I wanted him.
Yeah, and then he comes back as an angry ghost.
Yeah, then he ghosted you because he was mad about your huggy kissy squeezy squeezy, or the HAKSS.
Which, by the way, he was 100% right about, because I built the showers and Ann and Mary are very forward. Very forward.
Yeah, I got them as servants. Boy howdy, they are a lot more affectionate now. But this is what I've noticed about Blackbeard. While he's like a big pervert and kind of a sleazeball, that guy does do his best to help you out, like, most of the time. It's kind of crazy. Like, even, like, you go back as far as, like, Okeanos. Like, remember he was trying to capture Urale. You can interpret it one way, is he was trying to capture her just so we can keep her away from fucking,
Jason.
Like, back in Saber Wars when he showed up, he's all like, we're gonna do this. But no, you can use your MP on me so you can, get better. And then he got shot twice in the nuts. Even in Valentine's,
so weird. This man has like the best intentions despite being the biggest.
Honestly, I mean, it
All
makes
he
sense
wants
for
is
him because he's got that special gut skill, like he, and that makes sense for Blackbeard especially because that guy was fucking unkillable. But like that's him. He is super determined to get to the end, which for the end him is gold and also touchy-feelies.
Touchy-feelies. Like, he was like I found this hilarious, like, when I think it was Anne that's all like, yeah, and gave him a high five. He turned on his super serious mode.
No, it's Mary.
He's always
the short one.
High five was the best.
It's Mary.
Because
Mary, unless I'm not completely mistaken, right? Mary's the short one.
I can never remember. I haven't spent a lot of time with them.
Anne's tall because
But the short one.
Mary says in the writer version of the NP, because I've used them on support before, says Anne over here, and then Anne shoots. So I think it's Mary's the short one. Even though she's not actually that short either, by the way. Like, the art likes to draw her short, and the sprites are, like, weirdly proportioned, but she's not any shorter than anybody else, really.
No, actually, the funniest thing is Mary is because...
This is the silence.
But you're right, the artist just makes them weird.
Yeah. But again, like I look at Blackbeard, I just feel this weird sort of kinship with him. He's all like, man, you just got it so rough. It's like, all you just want to be is a bit of a pervert and a bit of a pervert. No one gives you the time of day. And then you die. Remember, chocolate is tyranny.
Normies explode.
Mm-hmm. He even dies in his own interlude.
That's true, he dies.
He dies to get the special pages, that's right.
Pirate Comiket is the best thing. Thank you, Mr. T.
Thank you, Blackbeard-san. Mr.
It's like
Blackbeard.
that's the thing. If Blackbeard shows up, he's gonna die. It's like I think that's like an ironclad rule now.
R.I.P. Blackbeard.
Oh
He
my
died
god!
for those Francis Drake lewds.
Yes,
Remember
he
him.
did.
That's a good thing to die for. Just gonna throw that out there.
Mm-hmm. Also, again, I think this goes into the next point. The cast basically includes our swimsuit agent, every dude who can appear shirtless and not break the scenario. Because here's the thing about Noble Phantasms. Noble Phantasms don't require you to have, knowledge or whatever. You just scream its name and you can have a fleet of ships appear, or one ship, or a city, or infinite amounts of rice.
Yeah, so basically I took stock of all the characters who showed up, because I wrote this bullet point originally. Almost all of them, except for Fionn, but he's Celtic, so he's almost shirtless anyway. But everybody was a dude who could be shirtless, basically, in some level. Except maybe Gilgamesh and Oz. And both of those would A, break the scenario, and B, at least for Gil, Artoria would have shot him immediately to get him out of this fucking scenario. Because he would have been intolerable.
Yeah, like
you think Fionn's bad? Oh,
like
fuck.
Even in the beginning, like they mentioned how Blackbeard could summon his, and he's like, I don't wanna, and so they give him the fucking log. And I'm like, God damn it, Blackbeard, you could have solved all this.
It would also be great too, because his fucking ship gets stronger with every heroic spirit standing on it.
Yeah, but as I said, they didn't want to break the scenario because. Like, they actually mentioned it because I built the hearth kitchen, and Tamamo mentions how Tota could have came and had infinite amount of rice. No, it was the rice fields. That's what it. Tara could have came and made infinite rice, but that would kind of ruin the field. Drake can't come because Golden Hind, just a ship she can summon. Romulus can't show up because he can literally build a city. Who else was there? Ozzy can't come because he has a flying golden ship. Blackbeard can't stay because he can summon the Queen's Am Revenge, which is his ship. Let's see, who else has like crazy like.
Also, by the way, I think it's important to note. I think, except for Fergus, and Fergus couldn't come because Fergus would break the scenario because he wouldn't go and live off on his own in the jungle. They would have also had to stab him.
Yeah, no, literally, they say this. He would have literally stayed with all the women and tried to probably tried to pound some ass.
And he would have died. Horribly died, because Fergus has terrible luck, as we have seen from Fergus's interlude, which, by the way, is available on our channel. I recorded it. I titled it, Dr. Roman Made a Dating Sim, because that's how that interlude
this is
works.
a great segue to something I wanted to bring. Doesn't have, apparently, her fucking castle, but she can build anything, so she's our MacGyver.
Runes,
I
baby.
find that fucking hilarious.
Runes, baby.
Scathach is like, oh yeah, whatever you want.
Somebody
She just casually says this. It's just like, yeah, I can build anything.
just give me the right materials and some time. But no, somebody give me that that image that's it's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit. Glue Scathach's face and some runes over that. Somebody.
Yeah, she literally just says, oh yeah, the runes can do anything.
I mean, the runes literally switched to their Saint Graphs, so now they're bikini versions. Yeah.
She tweaked their spirit origins.
So
The core of their beings with runes.
So they could be more summary. So Scathach's super broken. But anyway.
Yeah, like legit. There's no worry because is literally all you need to survive. You could just you'd be set. Like you could live anywhere with Scathach.
Well, yeah, you just need to get raw materials, which is the point of the scenario, because you're like, well, okay, we're running out of rations we brought, so we need to actually gather food so we can prep it.
So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to bring this up. So I find like this is great that's confirmed. It says that food, like servants don't require food.
Oh my god, I forgot to mention that too!
But they use it as a... Shut up, voice! Shut up! But they use it as a mood stabilizer, which I think is something that's actually very important to the lore of, of the story. It's like, yes, servants don't need to eat, but they can, because guess what? It makes them feel good. It makes them feel better. Mm-hmm. It's like, And then you look over at Toria, who Omega.
Yeah. What's up?
Omega?
You were blooping, Omega.
What's the problem? Am I making some weird noise? Guys?
I was just trying to go into the next point where you wrote Artoria is the... I can't pronounce that.
Oh, you can't... Okay. She's the bodhisattva of food. She has obtained the false enlightenment of food. All food is good.
All food.
Literally, she does not have a suggestion when people suggest food-related upgrades. She's just like, that sounds good. That also sounds good. That sounds good, too. She has no commitment at all when it comes to food. She just likes food.
She's got it made.
But I still think that's great that even if they don't need food, they still, they still have their human desires and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Although another thing, they get hot and sweaty. Tamamo mentions.
Oh, did she mention they get sweaty? That's interesting. I know they get.
How do you sweat? You are a servant made of mana, and also, can't you just go into spirit form?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if the Chaldean servants can go spirit form because of the weird thing that they work. Because remember, we're not using the Fuyuki Grail system. We're using the Fate heroic summoning system. So I don't actually know if they can just turn into spirit form and relax.
But I have an answer because in Camelot, and this is like the most minute song, so she can go into spirit form.
Yes, but you also got to remember, Songzong wasn't summoned by our summoning ceremony. It was summoned by the singularity.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
That might be operating on, again, different rules.
Listen, servants we're gonna have this is one of our future topics we'll talk about later as a possible Teach Me Omega Sensei. That'll be in the poll upcoming months. You can ask about how do servants work because we're gonna try and explain because it's confusing sometimes. Like servants have blood, but they're also made of mana. I don't know. I guess maybe they sweat too. We can talk about other stuff they do, but I think I didn't know that Tomo said that they sweat. I know that they said it was hot and hard to move in their armor.
No, she specifically said there was sweat getting.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, Mash was talking about how they needed bathing facilities. It was just you and her.
Yeah, right.
Mash makes sense, but
she did say they need to wash off for hygiene and relaxation. But also,
and all the servants are all like, yes, bathhouses.
Yeah. The wardrobe said she wanted showers, so I did it, and then I was molested in the showers by Ann and Mary instead.
I got to spend quality time with Tamamo in the hot spring.
Naked in the shower.
I might have to build the showers just because I'm starting to feel a little more attached to the pirate sisters here.
Oh, they are precious this event. Oh my god.
Yeah, no. I think this leads into we have a general point. The writing in this event is amazing, and the localization is also amazing. Like, you go on little dates with everybody. Kyo is still terrifying, and I want her away from me at all times.
Terrifying. Like, every time I think Kyo's being a little bit precious, she just, all of a sudden, she goes straight to 11. Like, God damn it, Kyo.
And we will make babies. Wait, what, Kyo? I don't think that's how servants work. We will be together forever. I'm sorry, what?
Another funny
They're
moment.
murdering our children. Wait, what?
I was on somebody else's stream when they were choose who to help make a fire, and you can pick between Tamamo and Kyo, and I'm like, no, do anything. And the person I'm watching, they pick Kyo, and of course all she does is give you a hug, and I'm like, Kyo, you are useless. You tell her to do a thing and do it. Because she loves you too much.
You tell her to do a thing and she's like, oh yes, master, I will make fire between us. I'm like, God damn it, Kyo, that's not what I wanted.
Oh no, the best thing is later when after you get done hunting and you're cooking the barbecue, Karna shows up. I think it was Kojiro whispers something in his ear. And then it's like a real hero cooks with his eyes and fucking laser blast the meat. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm actually surviving right now.
God, I love...
especially after the cave incident where there was bugs and the girls got scared and someone used their noble phantasm on the fucking cave. It's like, excuse me, I was in there.
We still don't know who.
Please, no, calm down.
We still don't know who did it either.
Like I said, this event has been super enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
the problem I'm having right now is there's a fuck ton of farming I want to do because I was actually checking the event log. You only I don't know if this changes by the end of the event, but you only get unlocked the logs of the buildings you have built. You don't get all 3 of them, so you might have to build all 3 of them if you want to see all the scenes. Which I kind of want to do right now because even if they're little snippets, all of them are fucking interesting and entertaining in their own way.
I will personally say that
So
if I
it's
do
like,
do that, because we got a lot of time in the event, I'm not going to do resets until I'm done with other farming.
Yeah, I know.
Because boy, howdy farming.
I'm doing my island as well, and I pretty much I need to start working on the event shop. But once I get done with the event shop, because I'm not getting everything. Jesus fucking no, I don't want to do that much farming.
There's a lot of farming in there.
Yeah, so I might go back and start slowly cycling my way through all the buildings because I like seeing all the little interactions. Because as I said, this is how I feel like I bond with my digital waifus.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know there's definitely a part 2 to this event. Obviously, I would know this, but I forget though. Is there actually a second shop?
I don't think so.
No, there's new drop materials. I'm pretty sure there is a second shop.
Oh, there is there?
I'm pretty sure there's entirely different mats and event items in it. So.
Oh my god, I'm not ready for this.
I'll check.
Where's my game?
A lot of farming already. Oh, get ready.
Oh god, I need to farm right now. Where the fuck's my phone?
By the way, so I'll talk about for farming.
Oh god, I'm on my date with Kyo. I forgot. Shit.
So I'm done with my island, obviously, and also, by the way, guess what? There's a new event shop. That's how you get Caldale Lifesavers, which you're gonna want, Mr. Lucky. It's got your swimsuit Nightingale on it.
Yeah, it does, and also Ushi's in the background too.
Yes.
I think it's Jack.
Yeah.
I think I saw it recently.
Fuck! There's pages in this shop. Fuck yeah! I need those.
Yeah.
I need those for waiver. There's also bones. There's bones in here. Everybody needs bones.
Oh dear God, I need bones. So many bones. How many bones?
Again, I'm post shooting
30 bones
and
in
Marma here, so yeah, I have no bones.
There's 30 bones in there. There's also chains. 30 chains if you people need chains. I know chain hell is a thing, but yeah, no. We'll probably do that pre-game next week. We'll have some other stuff to talk about next week. We'll get into it. But anyway, yeah, no. So I have gotten all the CEs I need, and I think I got the last Scathach Ascension item, so now it's just focusing on mats I need and stuff, and EXPs, obviously, because those are great.
I'm super behind.
I was lucky I got 2 CE drops for Summertime Mistress. So I completely ignored the wood one. Because this is a bullet point we got here. Almost everybody seems to agree farming lumber sucks. I know a couple of people who have a good time. There's one guy on my friends list who has a level 90 Grailed Coup, who I've been using to farm that, so obviously he's having a good time. But oh my god, just fuck that. That's just, oh god, it's so annoying. There's these starfish, and then sometimes there are crabs, and then there's a giant chimera at the end. It's just, it kills me. I hate lumber. I'm so glad I don't need anything that you get from the lumber farming.
I guess I'm gonna start farming lumber first then, which sucks too because since all the buildings use mostly lumber, I don't have a big stockpile of it. God damn it.
Luckily, there's still those daily quests. I know one of the ones gave you like 100 lumber. Stone is something people have a problem with sometimes, and iron, if you don't have certain servants, can be troublesome. I just usually go support Bryn, and I have a lot of archers, and I have Lancer Altar, so it's not a huge deal for me. It's a little rough sometime, which, by the way, we have decided to officially upgrade gazers to assholes.
Yeah.
Because there's a big fat gazer boss on the highest level of cave.
I tried.
It sucks.
I tried. This is the problem about the event. Yeah, every servant's a bonus servant, but man, sometimes things just do not mesh well. You just don't have that.
The team comp is not always great.
No. I have 45 servants ready for Pallion Geniuses right now, and I'm still like,
all right.
Just gotta make it work.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I just unlocked Storm, so I'm all tentatively poking at it.
Yeah,
it's
some
hard.
of them are good, some of them are not.
But you know something good?
With Grassland, I had a lot of times where I said this in the Discord. Here's the scene: a man stands alone on a hill at sunset versus a bicorn with only a Satheno and a Mashu.
Oh god,
that happened to me a couple of times. Sometimes it didn't
Like
work
real
out.
talk, I put my Stheno in my support list. She's been getting a lot of use.
I see a lot of Lancer and Assassin, yeah. Because Lancer is my Lancer alter with the Iron Up CE, so yeah. I'm trying, boys. I'm trying.
Man,
real
I
talk-
wish I had the Iron Up CE. It's like I
This
said,
is-
I got like 7-8 Twilight memories.
This is what I
I'm
said
doing
earlier. I
wild
did my
blender.
tactical 10 pull, and I got lucky. I got 2 Atalantes, and I got 1 Pirates Party. I still have 0 3-star CEs for this event, which is also probably why Lumber sucks for me.
Took me forever to get the Boudica CE. Oh my god.
I
got
spent like
6 of them,
30
but I also
KFP
spent
and
like
got nothing.
880 quartz, so
Yeah. Maybe I'll get it when I roll for Mordred.
Yeah.
Also, the Boar Piglets are great.
I fucking want one so goddamn bad.
Adorable.
It's like, no, come home to Chaldea. I will summon you as like I don't know, something. I just want that to be like a berserker, just a horde of baby boars. That's all I want.
Well, hey, anything's possible because it's J cute girls.
Mm-hmm. I need an amalgamation servant of baby boars. That's all I need right now.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Also,
They're
we're
so
up to-
goddamn cute.
we're
And
up
their
to
they
noble
try so-
phantasm as they merge together into a super boar.
Form Boartron.
Or they just form the wall of boar piglets. Just give everyone defense up.
Also true.
Yes.
Because they do that several times where they try to protect you and they just form the wall of boars. I'm like, this is too goddamn adorable.
Hey, we need more 1-stars in the game. Oh,
Yeah,
what a
we-
beautiful 1-star that would.
Well, we did say earlier they're doing the rerun of the Paul Bunyan event.
Mm-hmm.
Will Bronze make its epic return? Who
We'll see.
knows?
This
They
would've been
made
a-
quick
this would've been
good.
a really good time to announce it. I do know some people are also disappointed at no animation updates so far.
So far, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole host of updates with the summer event.
Probably.
Although I do find it funny, everyone has a different servant that they say is like, I'll go on to and stream and stuff like that, and I'll say like, oh, I want at least I think. I was watching one the other day, and they're like, oh yeah, and Bonnie Marie the worst one, or like I'll go on to somebody else's, and they're like, oh, I don't want Kyo, I think she. I've even heard people Tama Lancer. It's so weird. Everyone has a banner. I just
You know
think
what?
that's cute.
I don't. I want all of my girls. All
I
of them.
agree. I do want all of them, but
like
I mean,
I'd love
if I
to
had
have
to
to try,
compromise.
but I have a mighty need, especially actually using her on support for Summer Mordred. So I'm waiting for that solo raid up.
You know,
Maybe
I've
if I have
realized
some quartz
every
left
year
over,
they have.
I'll try it over. But oh my god, just her enthusiasm, it's so great. It makes me feel great. She's just having
You know,
so
I've
much
noticed
fun.
like every year they've had
She.
a servant literally come like sailing out of the ocean as a noble phantasm. First year it's Mordred. Second year it's Artoria Alter, and now it's John just coming out of the ocean with
yeah,
something.
right.
Nice. True.
It's like
It's
Though I will
pretty
say-
cool.
I definitely want to next year, assuming I cross my heart, knock on wood. I hope I get Mordred next year. I hope I can focus on Artoria Archer, because I've used her for supports because she's single target arts. Oh my god, she's amazing.
yeah, I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to roll on the second banner.
I'll
I'm
do
gonna be able to
a-
throw some money down.
Yeah, I have to figure out when that summon
throw
ban
s-
starts so I can do Wanted on her.
Yeah, like I said, I thought I knew Archer because she's like so terrifyingly good. So
I think it's great that she mentions her animal companions, Dun Stallion and I can't pronounce it, Lame or something, and also her hound. What was it called?
Cavil.
Her hound. So I'm hoping like when Lost Belts gets to their Camelot chapter, maybe the Assassin Artoria maybe has her hound with her too. That could be
That'd be
interesting.
cool. Because we've seen
That'd be cool.
Lamare and Dunstallion. That's what the Lancers ride.
Yeah. So the fact that they've mentioned her hound gives me like there might be plans.
Caster Artoria, finally. She has
Doggo. By the way, everybody should still keep our eyes out. They haven't revealed that there's another Artoria coming yet in summer, so everybody watch the fuck out.
like we said, there's gotta be a Saberface. Maybe it's John, maybe it's
Maybe
Well,
it's Lily.
they've had a literal saber. They've had an Artoria, and then they've had a saber face. So Jean meets the saber face criteria. Now,
I mean, yeah, last summer had 2 saber faces.
let's move into so you didn't get that 5-star. So this doesn't take forever. Lucky, you want to read these real quick? They're kind of short.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah, no problem. So you didn't get that 5-star. Summer 1 edition. We're going to start off with Summer Mordred. She is an art stall rider. It's pretty simple, though. That combo is uncommon. She's a quick art buster with good MP gain to make up for her modest hit counts. She has a pretty normal 3-buff arts turn. She can invade and up Stargen dramatically, and then has a Guts plus self-charge kit to round it out. So make art crits and turn it into her AoE Arts Noble Phantasm, which has several hits and increase enemy charge. She has a unique passive to up Stargen and arts and magic resistance. It's a simple package, but has a great niche.
There are not a lot of arts writers.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
Summer Kyo is a buster-focused Lancer. Quick arts buster with normal stance for a Lancer, like a huge MP gain to make up for low hit counts. Her Noble Phantasm is a big single-target buster, which drops burn and skill seal on the target. Her first skill lowers enemy crits for several turns on a quick turnaround. Her second skill is the usual 3-turn self-buster buff, and then her great Stalking A returns to lower an enemy defense but up their attack. She still retains her EX Madness and Hammond's Older and now adds a slight magic resistance. Summerand, and it's Anne, Mary is the short one, is a quick arts buster archer with normal archer stat line and modest hit counts. Their buster crit focus, such as Beach Flower, increases ally attacks, and then Male's ally Stargen, and Treasure Hunt gives an infusion of stars with an absorption buff to make sure that Anne gets them. Pirate's Glory is the setup to the MP with a self-attack buff and 1 HP that lasts until they die, but lowers debuff resistance. Their single-target Buster MP is like the Rider version, doing dig damage up to 599% additional damage based on how much HP they're missing. It also gives defense down. With Independent Action A, this is great setup to a Noble Phantasm Buster chain for Buster crits.
Did you say dig damage back there, Lucky?
I might have. I don't fucking know.
He doesn't even know. I don't know
Am I
either.
good with words? No.
We know this. And yet we keep asking you to read things.
Yeah.
It's our own fault,
Maybe
really.
people get a kick out of it. I don't know.
People do get a kick out of it. Sometimes I feel like you don't like that they get a kick out of it.
It depends. I don't mind if they get a kick out of something recent I said, but they bring up something that I said like a long time ago. I'm like, it was a long time ago, okay?
All right, so let's round this out with what's the deal with Scathach-Skadi?
She's hot.
Yes. Quick,
Okay.
Merlin!
All right,
She's
so
not
here's
Quick
literally my first
Quick,
line.
Merlin!
So she might make Quick great again, but she's not Quick Merlin. Now let me
She's totally
explain.
Quick Merlin.
Merlin's a full package of fuck you. Like, fuck you offense, fuck you damage mitigation and heals, and then fuck you team charge. Scathach-Skadi does not do that. She just does the fuck you damage on Quick. And her damage mitigation's pretty good, and she has a decent charging skill. But she's not as, like, perfectly well-rounded, at least in that way, as Merlin is. Which is good, though, because Merlin's nuts. He's crazy. It's nuts, guys. Seriously. I've looked at it. It's bananas. Garden of Avalon gives you 5% NP charge for team for 5 turns.
Hey man, you just said she's not Quick Merlin because they're seriously, if there were more good Quick servants like there are Buster servants, she would be Quick Merlin.
I mean, maybe, like, even so, like, Hero Creation EX, for instance, not only gives you the Buster up and the crit up, but it also gives you, like, a max HP increase, stuff like that. Like, Merlin is a very solid package of just ignoring whatever the fuck the game is throwing at you. Scathach-Skadi is not quite that intense. She's still really good. A lot of people have compared her to, like, Tamamo tier support for Quick.
She can actually make Zerkalot OP! And that's a miracle all by itself.
Well, I mean, we talked about this last week. You give Zerxalot his last skill, the man's like a dump truck.
Well, yeah, but now he can dump truck 3 times in a row. There's video of proof of this.
Dump trucking. Alright, basically, she'll make a Quick crit team, but double Skadi won't beat everything in creation. That's basically my
This is
reasoning why
true.
she's not literally Quick Merlin, but she's basically Quick Merlin. She's the quick support everybody wants. She's amazing. Her attack is just under the offensive casters, and still has sizable HP. I think she's like number 2 or 3 in max HP. So yeah, great. Part 1 of her kit is her own new Primeval Rune, a targetable 3-turn buff with up to 50% quick up. That's right, that's 3 turns of green mana burst. And then 100% crit up, and as far as I can tell, that's on quick crit specifically. For 3 turns.
Yes.
So yes, no, there's your quick is fixed. She just makes quicks better. For 3 turns. Her second skill lowers enemy critical chance and defense for 3 turns. By the way, I did do the comparison. Merlin's Dreamlight Charisma is 20% attack up. I think this is like Blizzard something. That's 30% defense down at its maximum, so it balances out. You just have to actually stick a debuff on the enemy.
And that's against all enemies.
Yes, against all enemies.
The defense
and her
down.
final skill is a targetable 30 to 50% NP charge. So it's not the team NP charge that Merlin does a lot, but it's a very dramatic NP charge. It works great with something like Halloween Princess or Golden Sumo to just pop into an NP turn 1. And then she caps it off with
also
Arts NP.
something that Quick definitely needs, because Quick is very lopsided, I've noticed, when it comes to NP.
Yeah, quick NP gain is weird a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Some
like on
servants
one
are
time-
like, fuck yeah, I'll AQQ and get a shitload of NP. Others are like, oh my god, what? Like regular Scathach, who has 2 hits on her quick cards, but 6 hits on her buster cards. Don't ask me why that works.
I was actually going to compare Carmilla to Jack. It's like,
Also, yes,
yes.
Carmilla
God,
has... Carmilla's NP gain is amazing because her hit counts are awful. Awful hit counts, despite the fact that she's got a bit of a quick focus.
I think I once actually fully charged Jag MP right after I used it, because I was able to get an arts quick with like 50 stars backing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you crit with those, boom, you just next turn NP go.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
great. So, yeah, the crits are great. Like we talked about that before, that's what makes Ryder Mordred work, is that she can arts crit. Scathach will just up your crits better. Part of that is with her new NP, which is an arts NP, gives you... It's a little low, it's only 30% at NP1, but it's for all 3 allies for 3 turns. Is a critical strength buff.
Or no, it's 3 attacks for 5 turns.
Oh, is it 3 attacks for 5 turns? Sorry,
Yes.
some of this is weird because it's like information is being translated onto the wiki and stuff. So like some of this is a little out of spec. Like I had to look up that it's actually critical strength up because it was still reported as like critical rate up, which is just her NPC version. She gives you protection from instant death for 3 turns. I don't know if that's one time for 3 turns or not, but
It's 1 time for 3
yeah,
turns.
probably. And then you get 1 hit of evade for 3 turns. And then you get a damage cut, which scales with overcharge. Not a huge damage cut, but still damage cut. So basically...
It's a waiver damage cut,
Yeah.
basically.
It'll save your ass, but it's not going to make you immune to harm. Also, today I learned...
She is good.
Yeah, she's good. With Gazers, at least, they have the fucking highest level Gazer in the cave has the ability to cancel evade specifically, so... I don't know how often that happens, but evade is not invincible.
Yeah, you just need sure hit.
But still, great. Like I said, her role is much more Tamamo-esque in the sense that she will reinforce a quick striker and help the team pop NPs while softening up the enemy and forwarding up your side. If you don't mind the fact that you're wasting her amazing quick buff, you could even slap her into an Arts Stall team, because she has an Arts NP and 2 Arts cards. And her hit counts are pretty good.
It should be best in a quick MP
quick
team.
Arts Buster deck.
I was going to say, specifically, I think it's a good thing, though, before quick cards and help their NP gain, so I think that might be the...
Yeah. But she has great hit counts, like I said, and her animations are pretty baller. Also, her lines are already translated. She's very interesting. I'm predicting the meta will now move.
She sings to you.
True. Yeah, she has like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing that she does.
It's adorable.
I believe
I don't know
that
anything,
the new
and
meta
I'm probably
is
not.
that we're gonna move from Step on Me Shisho to Step on Me Scathach-sama. Because that's one of her bond lines. She insists you call her Sama. Because she is a boss lady. That's basically the show. Which is good because we've been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Obviously, there will be some editing.
Yeah, we're skipping. We don't have anything for Teach Me Mega Saiyan. There is a story time, which is going to be me next time. I already got a story that I want to tell. I think it's a great one. Makes you laugh every time.
So we should point out, now's a good time to say that next week will be on the Saturday, August 4th, will be the 1-year anniversary of the day we posted the first Let's Talk FGO.
Yeah, it'll be our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
We got a couple things lined up.
Yeah, we're gonna
make things interesting.
I figure we can save the announcements for then, because that'll be when they start anyway. I will say now ahead of time, though, that will be another basically free listening week. Normally we're allowed for patrons and some friends of the show. They can just listen in whenever, but that will be open to the public. So make sure to check in on August the 4th, and you can listen to the episode live, and we'll have banter back and forth with the team and whatnot. And it'll be great. And we'll announce some other stuff then. Also, we got another month ending coming up, so we mentioned Teach Me Omega Sensei. That's a topic we do on like exposition and stuff, which has a poll which is decided by our patrons. So we got a month coming up, so if you want to jump in on that, that's a great time, so you can get in on those polls. Make sure you can get your vote counted. Also, next week we will almost assuredly be doing a pregame for Summer Part 2, because it's the same but different.
I am not ready.
Well, we got some time at least.
Yeah, now I know.
It'll be a while.
Oh,
all right. Is there anything else we need to say, or can we just go ahead and outro the show?
I just want to say one last thing about... Yes, I'll admit, she is not Quick Merlin. But let's be fair here. They didn't even have a Quick Tamamo, okay?
Exactly.
So,
No,
just having something this good, finally exclusively for Quick, it's about damn time.
I think I mentioned this a little while ago, but I was really hoping this Caster Hawk would be quick, because it's going a long way to balance out the different metas of the game. Because before it was all Merlin, all time arts.
I think the game starts with arts as the meme, because you have waivers and John, and then like Vlad with his art single target. So that's like Art Stall is your super ultra beat everything, and then Merlin comes out, and then Buster Crit is the beat everything. Now I think it's fairly balanced. If you have a Scathach-Skadi, you can throw in Quick. If you have a Merlin, you can use Merlin. Merlin's still really good and abusable, but Scathach-Skadi is also really good at what she does.
Yeah. So I think they are trying to put effort into balancing out the meta. But at the same time, as I said, it's going to be a long time before I think anyone can say, nah, Double Merlin. They even said that on the stream, how great Double Merlin is.
Double Merlin system.
When they're a fan.
Though I do find it funny that Arts gets to say the Momo and all the other...
Arts is all permanent, yeah.
And Merlin. So... kind of unfortunate.
Oh god, Kyo just told me, like, if I ever feel like killing myself, let her know. Oh god.
I don't think that dramatic pause will be completely modeled in the audio, but I gave significant side-eye at that statement.
I just can't stop talking about Scotty, I'm sorry.
That's great.
I'm not gonna lie, there's gonna be
to shoot a video on Scathach-Skadi, right?
I am going to make a video.
All right.
So look forward to that.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Studio
maybe
Omega.
First. Well, not technically, because you already said it on your Twitter, but maybe first. Who knows?
I didn't say first. You said first.
I have spoketh here first.
True.
Aha.
With your actual voice. All right, let's wrap up the episode. I will say thanks to the voice for popping in. Obviously, I know some of it's not the highest quality, not the greatest planning, but it was cool you stopped in, and I knew you would want to share some of your thoughts on some of this stuff.
To be fair, after the audio quality that was our first collab with voice, I think this is fair.
We really can't throw stones.
It's fine. I'm just glad I managed to pop in when.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad you're here because now the title of the episode can be "Make Quick Great Again" with the voice of St. Quartz.
Yeah.
With surprise guest. Let's say surprise guest.
Surprise guest.
Clickbait. All right. So I'll go ahead and wrap this episode.
Voice
up
literally popped out a cake.
We can go ahead and let this finish, and we can end this chaos. So if you like this video, give it a like.
What have you wrought?
No, it's what did I rot? Because I said, voice, you can join us if you want. It's all
what
me.
Have you
it's
done?
all my fault. If you like this video, give it a like. If you have any comments about anything, leave them in the comment section down below. You can also join our Discord. That link is in the description. You can get access to all kinds of fun conversation and guides and stuff and helpful people. Also, if you're new here and have not already, please don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to keep track of our content. Also, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications so you know exactly when we post a new video. You can also keep track of our content by supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other stuff like this episode in audio format downloadable. Depress me. That's about it. Hey, thanks everybody for showing up to Let's Talk FGO. Lucky, say something funny to end the show.
I'm gonna go fluff Tomomo's tail again.
That wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. Dies.